Archangel Michael says, the hour has come for you to know that someone close to you is holding more than just paper in her hands. That envelope carries the turning point of your life, your destiny wrapped in silence, your future sealed under her trembling fingers. She sits there, her heart a storm, wondering if she should hand it to you, or tear it into pieces that will scatter your tomorrow into nothingness. You think of her as someone who would never hurt you, someone whose loyalty you never questioned. Yet in the shadows of her mind, there is a battle between love and fear, between truth and destruction. That envelope, thin and unassuming, is heavy with decisions that could make you or break you. There's a reason this has been hidden from your eyes for so long. The moment you read what's inside, your life will never return to what it is now. The pages hold words, names, and revelations that could change not only your direction, but the way you see everyone around you. You can almost feel its energy even without touching it. It calls to you in quiet moments, whispering that it holds the answers to questions you didn't even know you were asking. And still, she hesitates, unsure if the truth will heal you or shatter you into pieces. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, she has read the contents over and over, each time feeling the weight of what she's keeping from you. Her pulse races every time she sees you smile, knowing that what's inside could wipe that expression from your face. It's not just a letter, it's a crossroads between a future of light and a path of shadows. You may think you have time, but time is exactly what is slipping away. Every day she delays, the chance of you receiving that envelope shrinks. Forces you cannot see are already circling, trying to ensure it's destroyed before it ever reaches your hands. If she burns it, the truth will vanish into smoke, leaving you trapped in the version of reality they want you to believe. But if she gives it to you, be prepared, the moment you open it, everything will shift. It's a choice she fears making, yet she knows that holding on to it much longer is dangerous for both of you. She has started to notice that others are watching her closely. Their eyes follow her when she carries her bag, when she locks her desk, when she holds the envelope just a little too tightly. They suspect she hasn't destroyed it yet, and that makes her a target. Type Amen to get blessing 909. She once promised herself she would protect you no matter what, even if it meant putting herself in harm's way. But this is more than she ever thought she could handle. This is not just about protecting you, it's about protecting a truth that could expose powerful people who would rather see you silenced than see you rise. There's a reason the envelope found its way into her hands and not yours. She was meant to be the bridge, the messenger, the keeper of your turning point. But fear has a way of chaining even the strongest hands, and she is beginning to wonder if she has the strength to break those chains. Some nights she places the envelope on the table in front of her and just stares at it. She imagines handing it to you, imagines your face as you read the first line, imagines the silence that will follow. But she also imagines the storm that will come after, and the thought makes her hesitate again. The energy around her is shifting. Someone has found out that she still has it. They are moving closer, their actions more desperate, their presence harder to ignore. If they get to her before you do, the choice will no longer be hers. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Her world is narrowing, and soon, she will have no safe place to keep it. The walls are closing in, the circle around her tightening. Every hour that passes brings the danger closer, and the weight of the envelope grows heavier in her trembling hands. You are connected to this moment more than you know. Your future, your path, your very identity is tied to the decisions she will make in the coming hours. If she chooses to hand it over, she will be risking not just her safety, but her place in your life. She knows you trust her completely, and that trust is both her strength and her curse. She fears breaking your heart, but she fears even more the thought of leaving you in the dark forever. The truth inside that envelope is like a double-edged sword, it can free you or cut you deeply. Somewhere deep in her heart, she prays for a sign, something that will tell her without a doubt what she must do. She listens for whispers in the silence, feels for answers in the quiet moments, and wonders if you can sense her struggle from afar. Type Amen to get blessing 888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the clock is moving faster than her courage can keep up. She has tried to convince herself that she's protecting you by keeping it hidden, but deep down she knows the real reason: it's fear. Fear of the chain reaction this truth will unleash, fear of the people who will come for her once they know she's given it to you. Every time her phone rings, she jumps. Every knock at the door feels like it could be the moment they arrive to take it away from her. She has even started sleeping with it under her pillow, as if keeping it close could somehow keep the danger away. She replays the day she received it in her mind over and over. The hurried hand that placed it in hers, the urgent whisper telling her to guard it with her life, the look in their eyes that said more than their words ever could. From that moment, she became part of something much bigger than herself. But the pressure is unbearable. She can feel the eyes on her in public spaces, the way certain people's conversations stop when she enters the room. It's not paranoia, someone really is watching her every move, waiting for the perfect moment to take the envelope before it reaches you. Type Amen to get blessing 222. She has thought of slipping it into your mailbox or leaving it somewhere you'd find it without her being seen. But even that carries risk. If the wrong hands get it first, not only will you lose the truth forever, but you'll be in even greater danger. There are nights she dreams about handing it to you in a crowded place where she thinks you'll be safe. But even in her dreams, she sees shadows moving closer, reaching out, trying to snatch it away before you can hold it. Every time she wakes up, her hands are trembling. She's begun to write letters to you in case she doesn't get the chance to explain everything in person. In those letters, she pours out what she's learned, what she's seen, and why she's fought so hard to keep the envelope safe. Those letters, too, she hides, because even they would be enough to make certain people panic. The truth inside that envelope is like a storm. Once unleashed, it will sweep through everything you thought you knew, taking down the walls and masks around you. That's why the people who fear it will stop at nothing to destroy it before you read it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Her hesitation is not weakness, it's the weight of knowing that once you see it, you can't unsee it. There's no turning back, no pretending you never knew. She's trying to prepare you in her own quiet way, dropping small hints in conversations, watching to see how you react. The envelope itself looks ordinary, but if you held it, you'd feel the heat of everything it contains. You'd feel the pulse of truth inside, pushing against the paper, demanding to be free. And yet, its very existence is fragile, one moment away from being torn apart. Somewhere, there's a man who knows exactly what's inside it, and he's not happy it's still in her possession. He's already sent people to find her, to make her hand it over, to make sure it never reaches you. That's why she's been moving from place to place, never staying anywhere long enough to be tracked. She's running out of options. The walls of secrecy she's built are crumbling, and soon, the truth will either be in your hands or lost forever. The decision will have to be made, and once it is, there's no going back. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Archangel Michael says, tonight may be the breaking point for her. The tension has reached a level she can no longer carry, and her hands shake every time she looks at that envelope. She has been pacing the floor, the sound of her footsteps matching the rhythm of her quickened heartbeat. Outside, the wind carries faint noises, cars slowing down, footsteps pausing too long, shadows that don't belong. She draws the curtains tighter, but she knows that closing the fabric doesn't shut out the danger. It's already near, circling, waiting for her to make the wrong move. Her mind keeps flashing through two visions. In one, she hands you the envelope and watches your eyes widen as you read the truth. In the other, the paper burns to ash in her hands, and you remain in the dark forever, unaware of what was stolen from you. She feels pulled apart by both futures, unable to decide which will hurt you more. Her loyalty tells her to give it to you. Her fear tells her to keep it hidden until the threat passes, if it ever does. Type Amen to get blessing 444. She hasn't told you that others have approached her already, pretending to be friendly, asking harmless questions. But their eyes gave them away, they were hunting for clues. They wanted to know if she still had it, and she could feel their disappointment when they left empty-handed. To protect the envelope, she's hidden it in places no one would think to look. Sometimes it's under loose floorboards, other times in the lining of an old coat. But no matter where she puts it, she feels a restless pull, like the truth itself wants to find its way to you. The last time she held it in her hands, she whispered your name, hoping the universe would guide her to the right moment. That whisper felt like a vow, one that promised you would not be left blind forever. But keeping that promise means risking more than she ever thought she'd have to. Every day she delays, the forces working against her grow bolder. She can sense the noose tightening, not just around her, but around you too. They're connected now, your fates tied together by the thin weight of that envelope. Type Amen to get blessing 636. She remembers when your life was simpler, before all of this began. Back then, you could walk freely without feeling the eyes of strangers on you. But those days are gone, and what's inside that envelope is the reason why. The words inside are not guesses, not rumors, they are facts, undeniable and dangerous. Facts that could expose lies, dismantle plans, and shift the balance of power in your favor. But power like that is never given freely, it's taken, and it's fought over. She knows the moment you read it, you will understand things that have confused you for years. You will finally see why certain people acted the way they did, why doors closed without reason, why some faces smiled while stabbing you in the back. It's all written in there, plain and sharp like a blade. And once you know, you cannot unknow. That's the part that scares her, not just for you, but for herself, for the storm that will rage the second the seal is broken. Type Amen to get blessing 252. Archangel Michael says, her thoughts are spiraling tonight. She clutches the envelope as if it were a living thing, feeling the faint crinkle of its edges under her tightening grip. The room is dimly lit, shadows dancing across the walls like silent witnesses to her inner war. She keeps glancing at the clock, knowing each passing second brings her closer to a moment she can't avoid. Outside, the air feels heavy, carrying a strange stillness, as though even the night is holding its breath for her decision. Her heart knows the time to act is near, yet her mind keeps replaying every consequence. More than once, she has imagined walking up to your door under the cover of darkness. In those visions, she slides the envelope under the crack before vanishing into the night, leaving you to discover it when the morning sun spills across the floor. But she always stops herself, because she knows there are eyes watching, even in the hours most people sleep. It's not only your life that will be altered by this truth, it's hers too. Once the seal is broken, she will no longer be the quiet, trusted friend in the background. She will be the one who handed you a key that unlocks doors some people will kill to keep shut. Type Amen to get blessing 939. She's been receiving subtle warnings. A voicemail with no voice, just heavy breathing. A single sheet of paper slid under her door with nothing but a black mark in the center. Someone wants her to feel the pressure, to know they're closer than she thinks. But she's also been receiving signs that tell her to hold on a little longer. A stranger in the street brushing past her and quietly saying, "Not yet." A glint of light on the envelope when she was about to hide it away, as if it wanted her to keep it near. These moments keep her torn between action and caution. She has started noticing the same car parked across from her building each day. Sometimes it's empty, other times there's a figure inside, watching. At night, the headlights will flash once, twice, like a signal she doesn't yet understand. Her instincts scream at her to run, but run where? Wherever she goes, the truth inside this envelope will follow. It has become more than paper, it's a living weight that pulls both of you toward a moment that cannot be escaped. Type Amen to get blessing 818. In the quiet hours, when the world is still, she rehearses what she would say to you. She practices how to start the conversation, how to hand it over without letting her fear show. But the words always break in her throat, replaced by the image of your face when you see what's inside. The truth will not just shift your life, it will rip away the safety nets you didn't know you had. It will reveal enemies in places you thought were safe, and it will uncover loyalty where you never expected it. It will not only tell you what is coming, but who has been orchestrating it. And yet, as dangerous as it is, she knows keeping it hidden is equally cruel. Every day you walk without this knowledge, you walk blind into traps set long before you even realized a game was being played. That thought alone is enough to push her closer to the edge. She has set a time in her mind, before the week ends, the decision must be made. One way or another, this envelope will leave her hands. And when it does, the ripples will reach farther than either of you can imagine. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, tonight she moves differently, quieter, more deliberate, every step chosen with care. She senses that the window for her to act is closing fast, and the longer she waits, the more dangerous it becomes. The envelope is tucked against her chest, and she can feel the heat of its contents through the thin layer of paper. Her eyes dart to the window as the faint rumble of a car passes slowly down the street. It's the same sound she's heard 3 nights in a row, the same pattern of slowing, idling, then moving on. She knows they're checking if she's home, waiting for the right moment to approach. In her mind, the 2 choices play out like a haunting loop. In one, she delivers it to you and vanishes before the fallout begins. In the other, she destroys it, saving herself but condemning you to a life built on lies. But this isn't just about her anymore. Something deep inside tells her that the message inside that envelope is more than personal. It could change the fate of more people than you both realize. That is what keeps her from tearing it apart in moments of weakness. Type Amen to get blessing 515. She's been avoiding certain streets, certain faces, because the closer she gets to you, the more obvious her intentions will be. She knows the watchers will notice a shift in her pattern. One wrong move could lead them directly to both her and the envelope. At night, she locks every window and door twice, listening for the faintest creak or whisper in the hallway. Sleep comes only in fragments, broken by the sound of her own heartbeat pounding in her ears. Even in dreams, she sees hands trying to snatch the envelope away. There are names inside, names you know, names you trust, that will hit you like a strike of lightning when you read them. These names have been working in the shadows for years, shaping events without your knowledge. The truth will not only expose them but also force them into the open. She wonders if you are ready for that. If you're ready to stand in the storm once you know who has been moving the pieces behind your back. The envelope will not just give you answers, it will demand action. Type Amen to get blessing 666. She replays the conversation from weeks ago when someone warned her, once you give it to them, there is no undoing it. Those words follow her like an echo, growing louder each day. Yet the alternative, keeping you in the dark, feels like a betrayal she can't live with. In her heart, she's already chosen to give it to you. The question now is how to do it without leading danger straight to your door. Every scenario she runs through has cracks, risks she can't ignore. She's considering asking a third party to deliver it anonymously, but trust is rare now. The wrong choice could mean the envelope ends up in the hands of the very people it's meant to expose. That's a gamble she's not willing to take. So she waits, calculating every move, sensing the invisible clock ticking down. And somewhere, you feel that same pull in your chest, not knowing why, but knowing something is about to happen. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Archangel Michael says, the night grows colder, and she pulls her coat tighter around her frame as if it could shield her from the weight of what she's carrying. The envelope presses against her ribs, a constant reminder that she is walking with the power to change everything you know. She glances over her shoulder again, 3 times in the span of a minute, because she feels the eyes, silent and unblinking, somewhere in the darkness. Her footsteps echo on the pavement, and the sound feels too loud. She slows, pausing at the corner, trying to decide whether to take the long way or cut through the narrow alley that will lead her closer to you. Every choice is a risk, every path a potential trap. A streetlight flickers above, casting her shadow in sharp, distorted shapes on the ground. She imagines the envelope in your hands, the seal breaking, the truth spilling into your life like a flood. For a moment, that thought fills her with courage, but fear rushes back just as quickly, whispering that once it's done, there's no turning back. She knows there are people who will lose everything when you learn what's inside. They will be desperate, unpredictable, and willing to erase anyone who stands in their way. That's why she clutches it tighter, her pace quickening as the invisible clock inside her head counts down. Type Amen to get blessing 404. Back in her apartment, the tension hangs thick in the air. She doesn't turn on the main lights, relying instead on a single lamp in the corner, its warm glow barely touching the walls. The envelope sits on the table between her hands, and she stares at it as if it might speak. She runs her fingertips over the edges, feeling the faint ridges where the paper has been folded. Each crease seems to hum with unspoken words, truths waiting to be freed. Her breathing slows as she pictures you opening it, your expression shifting from curiosity to disbelief, and then to something she can't quite name. Her phone buzzes, and she startles, snatching it up quickly. No caller ID. She lets it ring, afraid of what she might hear if she answers. The sound feels like it vibrates straight through the envelope, rattling her already frayed nerves. When the ringing stops, she knows what it means. Someone is reminding her that they're close, closer than she thinks. And if she hesitates much longer, she may lose the chance to decide for herself what happens to this truth. Type Amen to get blessing 717. She starts writing a note to go with the envelope, just in case she has to send it in a hurry. Her pen hovers over the paper, unsure how to begin. Every sentence she writes feels too small for the weight of what she needs to say. The note will have to be short, just enough to tell you that what you're holding is real, that it's not a trap or a trick. She wants you to know that she's been protecting this for longer than you realize, and that giving it to you is the most dangerous choice she's ever made. Her eyes blur with tears, not because she's afraid for herself, but because she knows what this will do to you. The truth can be freeing, but it can also be cruel, and she wonders how much pain you will have to endure before it leads you to the light. Still, she keeps writing, her hand trembling as the words take shape. She has crossed a line in her heart, there is no going back. The envelope will reach you, no matter the cost. Type Amen to get blessing 999.